This is our part 2 of Daniel's story. Before we start, don't forget to watch part 1 in order to fully understand the story. It is available on my YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, share this video, and drop a comment below. The bus ride home felt endless. Daniel stared out the window, replaying memories of his mother sacrificing everything for him. Working long days, skipping meals, pretending she wasn't tired. By the time he reached the small village hospital, fear sat heavily in his chest. When he entered the room, his stomach twisted. His mother looked weaker than he had ever seen her. For the first time in his life, the strongest person he knew looked fragile. The doctor explained quietly that years of stress, exhaustion, and poor nutrition had caught up with her. She needed medicine, proper food, and rest, things Daniel could barely afford. Later that night, after she finally fell asleep, Daniel sat beside her bed, staring at her rough hands that had worked endlessly for decades. Suddenly something snapped inside him. Not sadness, anger. Anger at himself. Anger at the life he had accepted. Anger at wasting years hoping things would magically improve. Unable to sleep, Daniel stepped outside into the freezing darkness. The village was silent. He checked his phone. 4 a.m. Everything around him was still except for a few people already moving. A baker opened his shop. A farmer walked through fog carrying tools. Someone jogged quietly down the road, and a strange thought suddenly hit him hard. What if successful people live inside hours most people sleep through? The next morning, Daniel boarded a bus back to the city. That was when something unexpected happened. Sitting across from him was Victor Hale, a local businessman known for building transport companies and warehouses across the city. Daniel recognized him immediately, yet here he was, dressed simply, riding a public bus at sunrise. Curious, Daniel finally asked, "Sir, why are you awake this early?" Victor smiled calmly. "Because most people waste the most important hours of the day." Then he said something Daniel would never forget. 30 years ago, I was poorer than you. No money, no future. But one habit changed everything. I started waking up at 4 a.m. Daniel almost laughed. "That's it?" Victor smiled. That reaction right there is why most people stay stuck. He explained that the hours between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. were different, quiet, focused, free from distractions, a time to rebuild yourself before the world woke up. Before Daniel got off the bus, Victor handed him a card. "Call me if you are serious," he said. "But understand this. Discipline changes lives. Excuses destroy them. Give me 3 months, and your life will stop looking familiar." At the time, Daniel had no idea how much those words would change him. But the next morning was about to become one of the hardest mornings of his life. At exactly 4 a.m., his alarm would ring. What happened next would test his discipline, his determination, and his willingness to change forever. Most people quit after the first day. Daniel almost did too. But a shocking discovery during those early morning hours would set him on a path he never imagined possible, and everything would begin. What do you think happens when Daniel wakes up at 4 a.m.? Does he give up like most people? Or does he discover something that changes his future forever? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss part 3. The next chapter will reveal what Daniel discovers during those early morning hours and how one decision begins to transform his entire life